Question 10. What are your thoughts on local revitalization?
Expand on that.
We could think urban renewal or urban development, or cultural renewal, cultural development.
Art.
Yes.
Uh, I love art. I think art is a huge part of educational progress because I'm a big fan of what they call cognitive development. And cognitive development is almost like assimilation. And art, we have a lot of people in our society or our community who are artists, and that's great. And I don't see no harm in art. I like the art on the buildings. If there is something where that can be harmful, please educate me. But I don't see no harm in art. As far as the development, that urban development, like the Pearl Brewery, I think that's beautiful. I put my mom at the Emma for Mother's Day, and I think that's beautiful. We need some of that, okay? But we don't need too much of it because our city has so much culture and history, and we want to make sure that, once again, we have that balance. We have to have some of it, but not too much of it, and we shouldn't be growing too fast to where it hurts the working class community, okay?
Yeah. Actually, to add on to that, I just read earlier this week that they're moving forward with the Lone Star Brewery development.
Okay. Do you think that's a negative or a positive?
I think it's a positive. It's just been a dump for 4 years.
That's right on the south side of Brackenridge Park, right?
I think it's a positive and a negative. I think, personally for me, because my dad lives in that area, and I'm just thinking about property tax wise.
Sure.
And it's going to blow up. And I just think whatever they're going to, it's probably going to be turned into another Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
probably.
yeah. I think it should be more than just another Pearl, you know what I mean? It should be something that the city should have been doing a long time ago.
Sure. I personally think, and it's only my opinion, I think it would be cool if it was turned into another Pearl. Once again, we do need to have some growth. It is neat to see, I think it's positive. I think people like it. But at the same time, we always have to have that balance, okay? The property taxes, just in general, that drives up costs. We've seen lately that food has been throughout this, food, gas. When you live in the city of San Antonio, the majority of the city is working class. Not everybody can afford these things. And that has to be taken into consideration first before we just keep pushing people out of their neighborhoods, especially when it's a neighborhood that I grew up in, okay? And I think a lot of people feel that way. We have to have leadership that first and foremost takes everybody into consideration, not just the political establishment and the Northsiders.
This is kind of like an aside question, but I was kind of wondering, do you think there's anything the city could do, I guess, to help people, I guess, in lower income brackets, I guess, like refurbish or like reinvest into their house, like kind of like renovate property?
That's a great question. I'm huge into education. I'm for implementing the rule of law for children's civil rights. We need to have incentive programs. And what I mean by that is we have too many 501c3s. There's too many nonprofits. You have a nonprofit for everything. Stop child abuse, stop children from being stolen. And the people who are on the board of these nonprofits make a lot of money. They pay themselves, okay? So the city of San Antonio, and I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to give things away, but the city of San Antonio needs to create a system that prevents child abuse, education, and have an incentive program. And we can actually have kind of like a sponsorship. You have a lot of good people in our city. And instead of these good people giving to nonprofits, the city of San Antonio can have a department and organize this family or this single mother's doing really well with her children. She's developing the child's mind. She's always on the computer playing music to the child. See what I'm saying? So that's an incentive program. And then you can have a family that wants to sponsor her without being known who they are, okay? And say, hey, so-and-so, Sylvia over here is doing really good. She's trying. She's getting her children on the right path. Let's help her a little bit. You see what I mean? Let's motivate her. And that's what I really think we need. We need more incentive programs where private citizens help private citizens, and the city of San Antonio kind of links that together without a nonprofit, you see? So that the money goes from the sponsor
Directly to the.
to the person that needs the money, okay? And then the city of San Antonio or the department watches out over all of this, you see? And so that's incentive.
To government, I guess, right?
A form of governance.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a 501c3, but it's not a 501c3. We just want to have good people know who's trying so that they can sponsor them if they want to, okay? That's just an idea. I'm sure it can legally be done at a local level of government, okay? Yeah.
All right. Well,